welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, and this is Josh.
Hi.
And today we have the next step, the next phase.
The next model.
In our swappable series.
Model number 9. This is the 9th design.
That is
what
crazy.
Are we gonna do for number 10?
I don't know.
I don't know. Will there
Something
be
that
another?
explodes midair.
Oh, jeez!
But you can still land it. Anything's possible. This is the FT Cruiser.
The Cruiser.
That's right.
Yes.
And we actually had a lot of people saying, hey, why don't you make a swappable twin engine?
This is all because of you guys. This wasn't our own brainchild. You guys out there said make a swappable twin, and we took it as a challenge. And so that's
It's your
where
child.
this came from.
It's your responsibility.
Yes. But this actually has a little bit of history and a little bit of love too, because originally this was set to be a pylon racer. My desire was to make a twin engine pylon racer.
You wanted it to be fast.
I wanted to be crazy fast. I wanted to go over 100 miles an hour.
He was thinking he can get this thing to go over 100 miles an hour.
And I also love a plane called the de Havilland Comet.
This is about to get exciting. History
Yes.
class.
History class. I love history. De Havilland Comet was made to do an international air race for airmail, if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But they were the only entry to have 2 motors. And they not only broke or won the race, but they broke so many records along the way that held it for a much longer time than they ever anticipated. So I love the history behind the de Havilland Comet. I love the way it looked at just that classic vintage era where I almost think they designed something pretty, and then if it flew, that was a bonus because it was all around the motors. But just incredible design, and I wanted to make something that kind of emulated that.
Right.
And that's where this came from with the lower slung nacelles, and it also made the build process very easy then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, wow!
That was uneventful.
That is beautiful. It was 2 feet.
Oh my
Raised the tail. It was perfect.
So
Yeah.
Dave and I actually met out here at Chad's place to maiden this. And what we noticed right off the bat was it flew really great.
Oh, wow. It looks so good in there. Wow. It tracks really nice.
The stall characteristics was just amazing. Had plenty of power for it. All right, let's do a stall real quick. Stall.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad. It doesn't spin.
No, it just tips the nose.
Just a little bit. But did have some thrust angle issues. The thrust angle, every time we give it throttle, it'd want to climb on us. So we had to fix that.
Okay.
And the way we did that was we actually lowered the nacelles down and we changed the angle of attack. That's actually the pods around the wings. Because since the pods are so low below the wings, we actually had to angle them down because when it gives throttle, it actually pendulums up. If you imagine the center line of your airplane being where your stabilizer is, the pods are so much lower.
So you had to counteract it.
You had to counteract it with thrust. That was one thing we definitely realized we had to change, but we were having a lot of fun flying it. Here's knife edge.
Oh, wow. No way. You can't do that.
Crazy. You can do
That
it.
little rudder.
We were doing things like knife edges. We were doing stall tests, high-speed passes. Inverted was great. Very, very gentle characteristics.
All right, let's go ahead and do a stall here.
Or a big loop. What do you say? A big loop first?
Okay. Whee! Wow, it doesn't have any problem at all. It tracks
just
so
tracks.
nice.
There you go. That's hands off.
Wow.
And the stalls were very flat and even though it had this wing stop design, because on the very bottom,
On the bottom?
Bottom, on the very bottom, we actually, just for ease of build, we cut the bottom of the wing short. So you have a conventional flat bottom, but at the very tips, you have a really extreme undercamber, which generates a lot more lift on the tips.
Okay.
Which in my opinion kept it from having any tip stall issues.
Right.
We're yet to have any issues. It flies really slow, really fast.
It cruises.
Wide speed envelope. It
It's a
cruises.
cruiser.
Exactly. So, a week later, Dave went crazy with it and he put bigger motors on it.
1600 kV motors instead of 1200 kV motors. And I added differential thrust to it.
And there's something called differential thrust. Do you know what that is?
It's when there are 2 different things going different ways.
Well, that counter-rotating props, yes.
Yeah.
But there's actually, you vary the thrust on each motor to get different yaw effect.
Oh.
And
yaw.
this gave it an incredible flat spin.
What you can do
Was
is get it around.
Oh my gosh! That's insane! Holy cow! I believe he called it crazy mode.
Is that the real term for it?
You know what? It is now.
Okay.
Crazy mode. And what that did is when you gave rudder input, because this is just a skid, it would steer it around with positive thrust. It wasn't just what was going through the rudder. It was actually driving it with the props.
Right.
Crazy, crazy flat spins. And you'd think it'd be hard to get out of it, but all you did is let go of the sticks, everything equalized, and it flew right out of it, no problem.
Nice.
So amazing, amazing flat spins. You could do pinwheels, you could do inverted flat spins, right side up flat spins. The thing was crazy.
That switch, the band next to it.
Right here?
That kicks it into crazy mode.
Crazy
so that's
mode.
crazy mode.
So normal, crazy.
Yeah.
I see that right now.
So you can try it and you can see how much.
All right, cool.
Isn't it cool? It's a cruiser and it flies good. It just cruises around and then you pop it into the crazy mode and just do all crazy, sort of crazy stuff. You know, I don't think you were seeing it like that.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, but I'm getting cold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna land it.
Wow! I can't believe how good it flies in this wind.
It makes me happy. I think everything with flight test seems to be happy accidents, you know?
Yeah, it kind of does. Just design something for something completely different.
All right, so we took everything that we learned
Yes, which was a lot.
and upgraded this to version 3.
Version 3. This is version 3, the final version, because by the time this video shoots,
It's gonna be for sale.
yeah, speed build kit.
See this clear plastic bag of sweet and utter heavenly goodness?
Yeah, there's a FT Cruiser inside of it, just for you guys.
Just for you.
All right, sales pitch is over. Oh, I was gonna build that later.
Sorry.
And just like all of our swappable series, and for that matter, all of our scratch builds will always have free plans. Even if there's going to be a speed build kit for our plane, we'll always have a build video and free plans for the plane, the accessories, anything around that you can possibly build at home yourself. So we got version number 3. We put a lot of heart into it. We changed the thrust angle. We changed our direction.
Yes.
And what kind of plane it was going to be.
Right.
And we embraced it. But you know what the beautiful thing about twins is what?
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 motors. 2 motors offset gives you a free open nose for camera
For
equipment.
FPV.
For FPV.
And that's why this guy has a swappable FPV.
It's a
pod.
swappable.
Yeah.
TM.
So we didn't want you to have to chop off the front of the nose.
No one likes chopping off noses. Well, unless it's a twin star and you're Chad Capper. Sorry, Chad.
I do it.
He agrees.
So we made this beauty pod right here
Yes, a nice little accessory at the store.
that has a little notch in there for your camera,
Mm-hmm.
and also a nice space for everything else, all your guts.
And the nice thing about this is this way, when you're at the field, you can cruise around, you can have some fun flying, you can do some crazy stuff, and you don't have a chopped off nose, but when you want to go fly FPV,
You just switch it out.
you just swap it in there.
So that just slides right in.
There you go. Take it right back to the lead right there. That straps
The
on.
Velcro right through.
Yep. Now Velcro goes down.
You get the idea.
Yeah,
And it closes just like the other one.
just like that. So now,
Barbecue skewer.
what you have is you have your GoPro or any kind of camera you want. You have obviously your antenna area that can kick out, and then you have all this area in the back here to put your battery next to your equipment, maybe some OSD, and you can put any of your equipment you want back there right underneath the CG. So hopefully you don't have to move the battery too extreme. Now for a balance point on this, there's actually a lower peg right here. That's gonna be where your balance point is. And if you guys haven't noticed, I love rubber bands and holding on landing gears. This landing gear is actually holding in our pods, and it's also removable. So say you're flying in high grass,
Yeah.
you can remove your landing gear and you don't have to worry about it. You can
Sweet.
just hand launch it.
Nice.
All right?
All right.
So you know what? We haven't really done any footage of it flying FPV because that was after our montage.
Yeah.
That was after we learned all this stuff. So I think the next
That was
step
before
is,
phase 3.
that was before phase 3.
All right,
So-
well, let's go try out phase
yeah,
3.
and I think you're going to be doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
About time. Okay.
We never get warm weather, do
I
we?
know.
All right.
Spring, please come quick.
Our GoPro is recording, and it's cold, so we're going to get up in the air really quick.
All right.
You don't need a lot of runway, do you?
No, we do not. There we go. We were actually really shocked. We thought this thing would take a ton of power and a long takeoff run, and it takes about 3.5 feet. And even in windy weather, it just does exceptional. Now Josh, I never trim up my planes for you. I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
And we're running 30% expo all around. And we're actually gonna bring Dave in to be Josh's spotter because I'm gonna talk to you guys while he's flying. And Josh,
Yes.
you ready?
Ready?
All right, she's cruising.
Hey, buddy.
There you go. How's that?
That's good.
You got it?
Got it.
All right. You give a little bit of throttle there. And Dave is just to your right, so if you need anything.
Okay.
So, this is a lot different than the Foul Flyer. The Foul Flyer had a very low slung body on it, so it had a lot of wing rock. And a lot of you guys had really great suggestions, such as make the wing more of a mid-mount, less body area in the bottom. So with this being a mid-wing airplane, there's a lot less rocking when it comes to wind, and also with the longer and more narrow wings, there's a lot less bobbling around. So we took your input to heart. We really wanted to come back because we feel with the Foul Flyer, although it's really unique, it kind of failed as an FPV airplane unless it's dead calm. It was great for that. It's great for hauling payloads.
Chubby.
It was just chubby. It just wobbled in the air. And in calm weather, awesome. But we don't really have calm weather around here, do we?
We don't have predictable weather, that's for sure.
Now, brother, you're doing really good.
Thanks.
What do you think, bro?
Love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Does it have the Josh Scott stamp of approval?
Stamped.
You want to do a little flyby?
Yeah. You guys are comfortable.
Start down at PJ's house and then fly.
All right.
That way you'll be coming in the wind.
field.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing exceptional, man. We throw Josh under the bus a lot. He comes out here and we're like, you're gonna fly this, this, and this today. He's never seen the planes. He's never
We
touched
actually
the
have an
planes.
official flight test bus that they
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, it's just behind Chad's house. You never see it. But poor Josh, he comes out here and we say, you're gonna fly this. And this is the first time you've ever actually been handed the controls for this plane.
Yeah, that's right.
And you really picked up on it quick, brother.
Thank you.
Looks like you're getting quite comfortable with it. Now,
It's
just
too
so you know, you're gonna be able to see Eric here shortly. He is by Chad.
Okay.
So if you're gonna make a name for somebody, he's usually our favorite person to pick on.
Okay.
Thing definitely has some nice lines coming in. Brother, great job.
Just low enough?
That is beautiful. Excellent work.
Thanks.
Nice.
Do you want to land it, Josh?
Land it.
Yeah.
All right.
You do that?
I don't know.
I would recommend coming
The
in.
horizon in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, into the wind. That's really good.
The thing actually glides really well too. Man, he's doing really good. Josh, I'm proud of you, brother.
Thanks, bud.
With that GoPro being underneath, you just want to put it in the grass. Not bad.
I'm upside down.
Actually, this is kind of good because he flew so good. Normally, we get to assess some kind of crash,
Yeah.
so we can at least assess a rollover.
That's right.
So, was there any
Yeah.
damage to it?
No,
No.
perfect.
It's all right.
Awesome.
Good landing.
Hey, you did really good, brother. I mean, it's windy
Yeah. And freezing cold.
and freezing cold.
I love it.
He likes it.
It's great.
It has your stamp of approval. Now,
I'm actually by it.
what's your tips
My tips.
like for success on this? Because
If you're not going to use the rudder channel, you really have to do some work. So it definitely is good to work your way up through all the swappable series and get used to using that rudder.
Okay.
Because that's really going to help you a lot, benefit you a lot. But it's, I mean, it definitely cruises. It lives up to its name.
it's a cruiser.
It is a cruiser.
Hopefully, it'll be a good FPV platform in the future as well too.
Yeah. Gotta carry
Fantastic.
some power on the way in, but yeah, I like it.
Great job, man.
Thanks. All right, well, the FT Cruiser is available now in the Flight Test store.
And any accessories that will be
Yeah,
go along with it.
Yeah, the FPV pod is an option for that as well.
Yep.
And any of the swappable series that you guys have seen, we're working on getting it in the store. So that'll be available for you guys.
Yeah.
And,
maybe we'll have a tentative list. Tentative being maybe possibly getting moved around in the future.
Yeah.
But thank you guys from the bottom of our heart. We never dreamed that the swappable series would be as successful as it is, and that's because of you guys. And
Yeah,
also,
thank you.
we have David Vindestol's tricopter plates in there as well, and those things have been selling like crazy.
Yeah, they have.
They've been doing
They're like
really good.
hotcakes.
Like
Thanks.
hotcakes.
That's awesome.
And then Chad's pivot design as well.
Yeah.
So there's lots of
of
new
great stuff in the store.
Long story, go to the store. You guys are official sponsors, so I want to thank you for sponsoring this episode, and thank you for your input, your suggestions, and your challenges to flight test.
Absolutely. All right, I'm freezing.
I'm freezing too. Let's
All
head inside.
right, next.
You went this
Why-
way.
why
Let's
you
go
go
that
that
way.
way?
Let's go that way.